Welcome. Hey, let's keep it real. Most people are out here working hard, but their money is lazy, right? Today, we're not just talking about insurance. We're talking about a strategy the wealthy use to protect, grow, and access their money without losing sleep over Wall Street crashes. This isn't going to be boring numbers on a screen. It's going to be about you and your future. By the time we're done, you'll see how an IUL can be your financial sidekick, helping you fight inflation, protect your family, and build a retirement you can actually enjoy. Before we dive in, let me tell you real quick why I do what I do. I didn't get into this business just to sell policies or talk about charts. I got in because I watched people I love struggle with money. I saw families lose sleep, lose homes, even lose hope, because nobody ever taught them how money really works. That lit a fire in me. I made a decision, right? If I can help families protect what they've built and grow it at the same time, I'm going all in. That's why I specialize in Index Universal Life, IULs, because it's one of the few tools that lets you protect your family and build wealth without having to gamble everything on Wall Street. Now, let me be clear. I'm not here to impress you with jargon. I'm here to empower you with the knowledge, the strategies, and the confidence to secure your future. My promise is simple: clarity, guidance, and a relationship built on trust. So let's take this journey together towards financial security, peace of mind, and yes, prosperity. Now, let me ask you a question. Is your money working as hard for you as you work for it? I mean, because here's the truth: 80% of Americans keep money in the bank and lose to inflation. 62% ride the Wall Street roller coaster, and only 5%, the wealthy, use strategies that give them protection, growth, and tax advantages. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how they do it. There's not going to be no hype, no Wall Street jargon, just real strategies you can apply. Okay. So lean in, take notes, and get ready because this could change the way you think about money forever. To understand this strategy, how it works, you first need to understand how all money grows. And there are three ways money can grow. The first way is fixed. About 80% of people put their money in a fixed place, like a bank account, right? Why? Because they see their money sitting there. They feel safe. And that's the good part. But here's the bad part: safe doesn't mean growing. Let me ask you something. Are you getting rich off your savings account? Oh, I didn't think so. The average savings account today is paying around 0.6%. Meanwhile, inflation is running about 2.7%. Translation to that, the safe money is like putting your groceries in the fridge, but never plugging it in. You know, it looks full, but everything is rotting inside. And yet, this is where 80% of America parks their money. Now, the second way is variable, right? The stock market. About 62% of US adults own some form of stocks, mostly through retirement accounts like 401ks, 403bs, and IRAs. And you've seen how this works. The market goes up, the market goes down, up, down, up, down. If I was a doctor looking at that chart here, I'd call it a flat out heart attack. That's what's happening to people's retirement. It's on life support. And yet people still throw their life savings in here, crossing their fingers like there's buying a lottery ticket, hoping to retire up here, right? Hoping to retire up here on the chart at the risk of ending up down here. And this is where most retirement accounts, right, are invested. Roller coasters all day long, right? That's what's going on there. So if you want to feel safe, would you use this strategy, the stock market roller coaster? Of course not. People don't go there for safety. They go there chasing returns, right? Hoping to strike it big. Now, here's the thing. Only about 5% of Americans, usually the wealthiest, love to use a strategy called indexing. Let me ask you, have you ever heard of index funds? Maybe the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones, right? Probably have. Indexing is simple. It's simply a way to measure growth based on a collection of top companies. For example, the S&P 500, it tracks the performance of 500 of the biggest companies in the US. We're talking Apple, Amazon, Walmart, Microsoft, companies you use every day. Every single day you use these companies. Now, here's how it works. When the market goes up, your money goes up too, but only up to a limit. Think of it like a ceiling. Let's say that ceiling is 12%. If the market grows 16%, you don't get the 16, you get 12. And I know what you're thinking, man, Miguel, why would I give up that extra 4%? Why not take it all? Here's why. Because if the market goes down, let's say it crashes 20%, you don't go down with it. You hit a floor, and that floor is often zero. So let me ask you, if the market drops 20% and everyone around you is crying, how much did you lose? Zero. That's the trade-off. You give up a little on the top in exchange for the peace of mind of having a minimum guarantee, right? It's like bowling with the bumpers up. Everyone else balls is falling into the gutter and they're panicking, they're losing points. Meanwhile, you're calm. You didn't strike out. You didn't lose anything and you're still in the game. Then when the market recovers and goes back up, you don't have to crawl out of a hole like everyone else. You start climbing again from where you last left off. So your money doesn't move like a roller coaster. It moves like a ladder, right? Step by step, always climbing higher. You know the good thing about this strategy, all my clients who are in it, if the market collapses tomorrow, I don't avoid their calls. I don't have to. Other advisors see the market tank and they're hiding under their desk. I don't live like that. When my clients call panicking, oh my God, Miguel, the market collapsed. What do? I say, relax. You don't have to do anything. Why? Because you didn't lose. Everyone else is crying. The neighbor is losing money. Wall Street losing money. You're steady. You know what I tell them? Listen, go buy some rib, fire up the grill, and have a barbecue. You didn't make anything this year, but you didn't lose anything either. And that peace of mind is priceless. Now, here's another reason America's wealthy love this. When you link indexing to investment grade insurance companies, watch this. Are you ready? The money comes out tax free. Let me ask you something. You get paid every 2 weeks, right? Or maybe every other week or whatever, you get a W 2, right? Have you ever actually looked at that W 2 and seen how much the government takes out before you even touch the check? Is it a really big number? Of course it is. For a lot of people, we're talking 400, $500 every single paycheck. That goes straight to the government before they even see it. Let me ask you something. How different would your life be if you could keep that money every month? I mean, that could be somebody's mortgage payment. That could be your car payment. That's not pocket change, that's big numbers. And here's what wealthy people understand. They don't just look at how much they earn, They look at how much they keep. So if they're earning 6% or 7% inside of these strategies, right? It's almost like earning 9 or 10% because they don't have to give a big slice back in taxes when they access it. Now that you see the three ways money can grow, let's talk about the strategy you actually inquired about, the IUL, right? Picture this. Imagine there's a cube right here in front of you, and this cube, you can put as much as you want, right? The money inside this cube has the safety of a bank because you've got a minimum guarantee of 0%. But it also has growth potential tied to the stock market up to a cap, right? Maybe around 12%. And because it's managed by an investment grade insurance company, the growth is structured to be tax advantaged, tax free. And here's the kicker: in many states, this cube of money is also protected. That means if you owe debts or somebody tries to sue you or life throws a lawsuit your way, they can't just reach in and take your money, you know? Nowadays, people will sue you for anything, for how you look at them, how you park your car, even how you breathe. But this bucket, it's shielded. They sue you even for the look. But guess what? They can't touch those funds, which means they can't file a lawsuit against that money. Your money is protected. You know what most people ask me after hearing all this? Miguel, come on, man. What's the trick? Well, you're right. There's no such thing as a perfect investment. Everything has its pros, its cons, and yes, its ugly side too. My job is not to sell you hype, it's to educate you so you can make an informed decision, knowing the good, the bad, and the real. So here's the trick. You see this tap right here, right? This little tap takes a portion of the money you put into the cube and pours it into this other bucket. And what's in the bucket is insurance. Let's say it's about 500,000 in insurance. Now, most people interrupt me right here. Insurance? What kind? Renter's insurance, car insurance, mortgage insurance? Nope. Are you ready? It's life insurance, but not the old school kind you only use when you die. That's not it's not this is not that. This is life insurance with living benefits, meaning it's not just money that shows up when you're gone. It it's protection you can tap into while you're still alive. You don't know what living benefits are, but let me break it down for you. The money you put here, a portion of that money flows into this bucket, and in exchange, you actually get something back. Now, let me ask you, did you know that when you put money into your 401k, a portion of it goes straight to fees? Your advisor takes a cut. And what do you get in return? Not advice, not even a callback. When was the last time your 401k advisor sat down and explained your plan? Do you even remember their name? Don't worry, I'll wait. Exactly. So at least with this strategy, you actually get something in return. Here's what you get. If you die unexpectedly, your family receives, for example, 500,000 of life insurance, in addition to the money you've been saving and building inside the bucket. So they don't just get the savings, they get both the cash you accumulated and the insurance benefit. That's what we call a benefit when you die. But here's the part most people don't know. You also get benefits while you're alive. Let's be real. In life, it's more likely you'll face a health problem, cancer, heart attack, stroke, or even an accident that leaves you disabled before you die early. So Let me ask you, do we agree on this? Isn't it more likely something could happen to you while you're still living than something sudden taking your life? The living benefits that come with an IUL are powerful. Here's what that means. If life throws you a curveball, cancer, a heart attack, a stroke, or even a major accident, you don't have to drain the money you had carefully set aside for retirement. Instead, you can lean on this insurance while you're still alive. That's why they call them living benefits. You can access funds from the IUL when you need them, so your savings can stay right where they belong, reserved for your future, for your retirement, for the goals you plan for, right? This type of product comes with what I like to call perks. Let's walk through them. Number one, protection. This money has safety built in. In many states, it's shielded against lawsuits. People can sue you for anything these days. Your driving, your dog, even how you looked at them. But this account is protected. And the life insurance itself, it protects your family if you die, and it protects you if you face a critical or terminal illness. Number two, emergencies. Life happens. The car breaks down, the roof starts leaking, the unexpected pop ups. With this account, you can access your money. And unlike a 401k, there's no 59 and a half rule penalty. You know, you touch your 401k early, and Uncle Sam smacks you with taxes and a fine. Here, you don't get punished for needing your own money. Number three, this bucket can be used for retirement planning, building tax advantaged income for your future. Number four, this bucket can be used for college savings. Unlike a 529 that traps your money only for school, this one gives you options. Number five, and honestly, this bucket doesn't even have to be for retirement or college at all. It can be for whatever you want. A house, a car, an investment, or yes, even a yacht in Punta Cana. Wouldn't that be nice? Now, let me ask you if right now you save $200 in a regular savings account, right? This month you save 200, then another 200 the next month, and 200 the following month. That's $600, right? If you pass away the next month, how much does your family get out of that? You get 600, right? Correct? If you said 600, you're right. Now, let's say you put that same 200 into this bucket right here, right? Into this bucket. Same 3 months, same 600 saved. But if you pass away, then how much does your family receive? 500K. That's the difference. You're not just saving, you're protecting and multiplying your family's options. So, yes, you get all the advantages. But let's be real. You might be asking, Miguel, what are the cons? Here's the truth. Number one, this is not a short term play. This is a plan where you first have to commit to paying yourself. This is not about instant gratification. It's about building something that carries your last name, right? Not just your first name. When when I talk about commitment, I mean long term. The government says at least 7 years. That's called the Max 7 test. Personally, I say 10 years minimum. That's how you build wealth that lasts. This is what I call paying yourself first, not chasing shiny toys, not chasing instant gratification. And let's be honest, that's why a lot of people don't do this today, because we live in a microwave culture. I want it now, hot and ready in 30 seconds. But the wealthy, they understand generational wealth. They understand long-term savings, and that's why they use strategies like this. Now, let's be real. There's another requirement. You have to medically qualify. This isn't for everyone. If your health doesn't allow you to qualify for this insurance, you can't have this bucket. And if you want this bucket of benefits, You must first qualify for the insurance that comes with it. Does that make sense? Let me tell you about the types of companies I work with. I'm talking about F&G, Nationwide, Prudential, Alliance, some of the highest rated companies in the entire marketplace. These are household names with decades, in some cases over a century of financial strength. Now, let me hit you with some stories, because this isn't theory. Are you familiar with Disney World? Did you know Walt Disney opened the park in Florida by leveraging one of these plans? That's how he got the money rolling. Senator John McCain. Did you know he financed his entire presidential campaign by using this type of plan? And J.C. Penney, did you know that during the Great Depression, when banks were failing left and right, they survived by tapping into the cash value of their insurance policies? So when I tell you the wealthy use it, it's not a slogan, it's a fact. They love it because it's safe, their money grows tax advantage, and here's the kicker. They don't have to wait until they're 65 to touch it. If they want to retire early, say at 50, they can because this financial vehicle makes it possible. But here's the condition. You have to think long term. My clients don't look at me like a fling. They don't treat me like a one night thing. They see me like a spouse, right? Why? Because this relationship is long term. I'm here to walk with them for decades, not just for a season. So, if this is something you want to implement, let me ask you, do you know how much insurance protection your family really needs? And do you know how much money you can comfortably put aside each month into the strategy? All right, family, let's land the plane here. Today I've showed you the three ways money grows and why most people are stuck in strategies that make banks and Wall Street rich but leave them broke. I also showed you how the wealthy think differently. They don't chase hype, they don't chase lottery tickets, they choose strategies like the IUL that gives them protection, growth, tax advantages, and peace of mind. But here's the thing, none of this matters if you don't apply it to your numbers, right? Because your retirement isn't built on theory, it's built on what you put in. So your goals, your situation, your health, your family. So here's what I'm inviting you to do. Don't just sit on this information. Don't just nod your head and say, that was good, Miguel. Because information without action is just entertainment. And my job is not to entertain you, it's to equip you. So here's the next step. Click the link below this video and schedule your appointment. In that meeting, we'll run your personal numbers. You'll see exactly what this could look like for you and your family. And listen, if you ever said, I wish I started sooner, this is your chance. Because the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So don't wait for Wall Street to take another dip. Don't wait for inflation to eat more of your money. Don't wait until it's too late. Click the link below, book your time, and let's put together a plan with your numbers. My question is, will you just keep doing what 80% of America does and hope for a miracle? Or will you take the step today and start building wealth on purpose? The choice is yours. Click the link, book your spot, and I'll see you on the other side.